telling me to send him away for me to receive payments. I'm showing him the payments that he has to make. This man tells me he's not paying for the hotel that he asked me to get, the gas that I put in my car I used to take him around everywhere, the food that I bought to feed his hungry. Right after he texts me that, he instantly calls me. Right when I answer, this man tells me to check my phone. Y'all, I checked my phone. Lo and behold, guess what it was? A picture he took of me without my consent. This is the same picture that this man tried to post of me in a defense for himself, not knowing that he is breaking the law. I cannot believe what I had seen. They sent me this and this. Show me that I can trust you. I said, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I've already done that enough. He pulls his little weenus out and starts doing this in front of me. Then he's talking about some it. The moment I seen that picture, I said, WTF is wrong with you? Why would you take that of me? When did you take that of me? This man says to me, this is what he does to women without them knowing. This is what he does for just like me from when I try to go to the police or whoever and tell them that he's not trying to pay me back.
Pull up on your thought, she gone, I'ma call that girl still. Then she gave me top and I ain't call it girl still. But I'm still.
I was like, I don't want nothing. He was like, nah, we about to get you something because I want to cheer you up. Like, you look all sad. Like, I just want to make you feel better. Basically, he's saying to me that he wanted to just make up for the way he acted earlier that morning. So I was just like going back and forth, and I said, okay, whatever. I'm just going to get something. This nigga said he's buying it anyway, so why not? So he's like, what you want? What you want, an iPad? What you want, some AirPods? What you need, another laptop for school? Like, what you need? What you want? And so I was just like, I don't know what I want. I don't know. So he's like, look, okay, let's look at this. We walk over to the iPads. It was like some little iPad minis. And he was like, this is cute for you. Like, let's look at this. So we looking, and I was like, no, I don't really want this. And then he was like, man, I really want this for myself. So then he calls Terry over. And he's telling Terry that he wanted this specific iPad mini or iPad, whichever what it was, in a specific color. I think it was black or whatever color. And Terry looked it up. They didn't have that color. So then he was just forgot about it. He was like, okay, whatever, moving on. So then we're walking around. We still walking around. And he's like, you sure you don't want nothing? You sure you don't need nothing? In that moment, like, I didn't really know what to get or what I wanted. So then he's like, well, if you don't really know what you want, we for sure about to get you a phone case. Because you could always use a phone case. So then we walk up to the phone cases, and we're sitting there looking, and he's like, what you like this? Passing me one. What you like this? What you like this? I'm like, nah, I don't like this. I'm sitting there looking at all the phone cases. I literally did not see one that I liked. If I would have seen a phone case that I like, I would have got it. Didn't see a phone case that I like, so I was just like, it's cool, like, whatever. So then he sees one that he likes, and he's like, yeah, I'm just finna grab this one. Grabbed it. So then he's like, you sure you don't see nothing you want? We still walking around the store. Oh, he's stopping, showing me, oh, this is this, and explaining to me different things, and explaining to me how to work this and do this, knew so much about shit up in the Best Buy store. So then we walk back to the counter, and he gives Terry the phone case, and that was it. And Terry rung up everything, and the total was basically close to $3,000. The whole credit line, $3,000 basically. So now Terry's explaining to me and Mr. Million about the credit line lease, saying that we had to pay $64 that day in the store. And then he said after today, every week or every 2 weeks, however many weeks goes by, that there's going to be the payment. And he was saying how much the payment was going to be. And then he was telling me, like, there will be interest charges if you want to wait. Basically, the little rundown. So we both like, okay. So Terry's like, all right. Bags everything up, hands us the stuff. Then as we walking away, Terry screams to us, literally, please don't forget about me. Y'all should give me a shout out when y'all go famous and when y'all blow up. Give me a shout out about who sold y'all's equipment and y'all stuff. Mind you, this man had been walking around the Best Buy store with Terry, filling his head up. He's telling Terry how, of course, he's into real estate. He shoots promo, and he's doing this, and he does this, and he does that. He's telling him that he's a YouTuber. He's telling him that he gets paid for his social media. Like, he's just telling him all these different things. So Terry's sitting there geeking, thinking that we like some famous YouTube people or some upcoming people that's finna blow, basically. And when Terry said that to him, he literally geeked, and he was like, I'm gonna give you a shout out, thanks. So then as we walking out the store, he's walking, he had a little backpack, he got his little bag, I had a bag. So as we walking out the store, this man says to me, guess what the best part about getting all that stuff was? I said, what? He said that it was free. I said, what? That's not free. I still gotta pay on that stuff, like laughing it off. Because I'm thinking he's meaning like it was free because of how you're able to get everything up front and then pay on it. So then he ends with, but yeah, you know what I mean. And then we get back in the car. So where I left off, we leave Best Buy, get in the car. He then asked me to go back to the camera place that we had just previously went to because he said they hadn't called yet and he still wanted to see what they were talking about. So as we were on the way there, I'm driving and I'm just reflecting on what I had just did and what he had literally just said to me about it was free. And I wasn't really saying anything. I was just playing music and he was just sitting there scrolling on his phone on Instagram. And in my head, I'm thinking like, one, why isn't he sparking conversation with me? And then two, why has he just been sitting scrolling on Instagram since he got in my car? Like, you got all these businesses, so why are you just sitting scrolling on social media? I was in my head at the time, so I wasn't really trying to spark any conversation either. We pull back up to the camera place, and he goes back inside by himself. As I'm sitting there, I'm literally getting like a knot in my stomach, and I was just questioning myself so bad, and him and what he was doing. I just wanted to know, like, what was really going on. Was this man telling the truth, or was he lying? Then I'm going back and forth with myself, like, girl, what are you doing? Like, is this really worth it? I don't really know. Still just trying to give this man the benefit of the doubt and believe what he's saying. So he comes back outside, and when he does, I ask him, like, of course, what did they say? And he says, you know, they ain't on shit. They not talking about nothing. They not trying to let us do it. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, maybe they seen how I said I was, so they didn't try to approve me because they felt like something bad was going to happen with their equipment. After he said that, I was just like, okay, like looking out the window, just sitting there, pause for a second, and pulls his phone back out, starts scrolling for a split second. And then I'm like, so what are we doing? What's going on? Is dude done with your car yet? Like, what's going on? He's saying that dude hadn't hit him up yet and that he was probably still working on the car. So that's when I asked him, like, so can we just go to the car, get your stuff for you while he's working on it, or just wait, like, if he's almost done? He says, man, nah, we not doing that because that man's far as fuck. So he's almost done, so we just gonna wait. So now I'm sitting there in silence, and then I start crying. And he's like, what's wrong? Why are you so upset? And I tell him, I just really cannot be played no more. Like, I've just been played so much with men. So now he's saying I need to chill out and calm down, and he's not like all the bum dudes that I've messed with in the past, and that he can back up everything that he was saying. And as he was saying that, like, he's leaning in, hugging me, trying to console me, and I'm sitting there like, you know, crying, trying to get myself together. And then I said to him, like, okay, all right. And then I asked, while he's sitting there hugging me, I'm like, you think you could drive? Because I'm just too upset right now. He leans back off of me, hops out the car, slams my car door so hard, like so hard the window could have broke. So when he did that, like, literally my heart jumped, like my heart was racing. I did not know what this man was on. Like, when he was coming around my car to my car door, I literally was like, no, it's cool, I'm good, I'm about to drive myself. And I'm not going to lie, that shit really scared me. Like, I have never been in any type of domestic situation before, so I didn't really know how to react to that. It's not like I don't have a backbone and I know how to speak up for myself, but in certain situations, I literally shut down and don't know how to speak up for myself, if that makes any sense. I have this trait that I have accepted and that I have realized since I have started dating guys, that I feel like if I say the wrong thing to them, that they're going to stop talking to me. That is me. being brutally honest to explain why I even tolerate that type of behavior. He walks back around my car, gets back in the car, and when he does that, the food, my Mediterranean food from the night before, was sitting there on the ground in my passenger side. He steps on the bag, and there was a hot sauce in there, and he steps on the hot sauce, and of course, it splats everywhere. On his shoe, on his calf muscle, on my carpet, in my car, everywhere. So now I'm trying to find some paper towels, some wipes, something to clean this up. I find some, give him some, and he's wiping himself off, and I'm thinking that he's wiping up the mess. And says to me, you think you could go back to the ATM and try to get more out from where you could only do a certain amount last night? He said he wanted to have some money on him. I didn't know what we were doing on later that day, so I just was like, okay. Yes, I know. My money, I know. In my head, literally on everything, I was thinking like, okay, he is a man. He doesn't want to feel like he doesn't have any money on him, so I get it. And obviously he said he's going to pay me back. And by then I was just like mentally checked out. Like I was zoned out, and I was just trying not to upset him even more. So I tell him I can't use my bank card. I can only use my credit card because I had just used my bank card at Best Buy for the lease. So now he looks up my credit card bank and puts that in for me to go. Pull off driving on my way, and it was a strong ass smell of hot sauce the entire ride, like the majority of the ride. And I had to tell him, literally crack the windows, and I had to tell him to wipe himself off better because it was still on him. So we pull up to the ATM, and it's inside of a mall. At the time, I had my chain on. It was a diamond necklace that I have, and it's very much real. And so he's asking me, like, where'd you get your chain from? And I'm telling him, and he's, like, asking me, when did I get it? And I said to him, like, I got this, like, a couple years back, so it's not new. And he was asking me where I had got it from, and I told him. He was like, oh, yeah, that's a dope-ass chain. I'm going to have them make my chain now that I seen yours. Now, I done forgot to tell y'all, as I'm reflecting, it's all coming back to me. He did have jewelry on. Now, back in part 1, when I had said that he had the dingy clothes on, he did have his jewelry on, and it was a necklace and a watch. Of course, I assumed that his jewelry was real because I'm like, there's no way you're out here claiming to have all this money and be a businessman and businesses and this and that, and your jewelry's not real. So that's why I was saying, okay, well, maybe he's just down at the moment because I seen he still had his jewelry on, and I obviously had seen what he looked like in the Facebook dating pictures. So in my head, I'm thinking his jewelry has to be real, so he's not no lame, and he's going to pay me back. Go inside the mall, find the ATM. Y'all, the ATM is not working again. It was not trying to let me get money out at the time at first, or I just wasn't doing it right. I don't know. God, I feel like, again, like literally a worker had even came out. He's like, hey, you need some help? Asking me, am I good? Like he didn't know if I'm trying to do some shit. I'm like, no, I literally just got this credit card. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to get some money off the ATM. And so then he shows me how to do it, and then it works out. So by then, some time had went by, and I was like, let me use the bathroom before I go back to the car. So as I'm leaving the bathroom, he's calling my phone. He's like, where are you at? Why are you taking so long? What's going on? And I had to tell him like about it not working, and I was using the bathroom. So hang up, make my way back to the car. We get in the car, and I handed him the money. It was $150. So then now I'm hungry. So I'm looking up places to eat, and I'm asking him. I know he's hungry as well because we have not ate all day. We've been together all day since 8 o'clock in the morning. So I know he's hungry. I'm hungry. So I'm asking him what he wants to eat. I know he's fasting, so I'm thinking something healthy. So I'm throwing out healthy options. And I'm like, what, you want a salad? Like, what sounds good to you? And he's, yeah, salad sounds good. Let's get that. So I'm looking at places like near us with a salad, and I couldn't really find a place. But then I found a chicken salad place that was like a family-owned restaurant. Get there, go inside. Of course, he comes inside with me, and sitting there looking at all the food. And there was a chip stand, and he only grabbed a bag of Grippos. And so now he's getting a phone call. And he gives the Grippos to me and says, here, get these, and walked immediately out the door before I could even say one word. So where I left off, he passed me the bag of Grippos, walks out the restaurant, didn't say a thing. And as I'm sitting there looking at the food, I'm like, damn, he didn't tell me what type of salad he wanted. So I walk back out and I'm like, what type of salad you want? And he's sitting there talking on the phone. I'm thinking he can't hear me from where he's sitting there leaning on my car. And I'm like, hey, like, what type of salad you want? He's like, egg. I'm like, just tell me what you want real quick so I can order it. And he was like, don't you see me on the phone? I'm over here talking business and you over here asking me questions. Just go in there and order the food. Like, what are you tripping? So that's when I came back and I'm like, you're the one tripping. I'm over here trying to order you some food and you not telling me what you want, but cool, whatever. And I walked off. So I go inside and I order my food. And of course, my nice little self, I still get the bag of motherfucking Grippos. So I sat there, waited on my food for them to like prepare it, get the food, walk out. And as I'm walking out, I'm opening my car doors and he's like walking around my car to get inside the car. When we get back in the car, I'm like, why were you acting like that? I was literally just asking you what you wanted to eat. He replies and he's like, listen, motherfuckers don't know when motherfuckers is on business calls, you don't need to be interrupting and being rude. Do you not understand how that's rude? Do you not understand how when somebody's talking on the phone and you trying to ask them questions and talk to them while they're talking on the phone, how rude that is? And then he's like sitting there waiting for me to reply. He's like, and I said, that's not rude when you just ask somebody what they want to eat. Now he's like, he says, listen, when I'm on the phone talking business, it's important. So if I'm telling you to go on and go and I can't talk at the moment, then that's just what it is. So I'm sitting there eating as he's saying all that. And then, of course, in my head, it's trying to make it seem like I'm in the wrong. I'm like, damn, well, maybe he was on a business call and it might have really had been important. So I just didn't even reply. I just kept on eating my food. So then after I got done taking a couple bites, I'm like, okay, I'm about to pull over here and, roll me one. It was about that time for me. As I pull off, he's like, where are you going? And I said, and this is when I finally started speaking up, and I was like, don't worry about it. All you need to be doing is over there riding. I said, you done did everything you wanted to do. Now I'm about to pull over here and do what I want to do. I said, just chill. I'll be quick. It's okay. We sitting there, I'm doing my thing. He's over there crushing them Grippos. He finishes, looks down at my box of chicken salad, and I had a side salad. Now he's like, you gonna eat this salad? I said, no, I'm not gonna eat it. You can have it. So he picks the box up, starts demolishing the salad. And while he's doing that, he's like, yeah, I don't eat chicken salad. And then I'm like, sure you don't. Because the way he was eating, I knew that man was hungry. So I finished up, and as I'm pulling off, he's like, you think you can run to Walmart real quick? I said, yeah, that's cool. So put in the nearest Walmart and on the way. So as we're on the way to Walmart, he's on the phone with one of his friends. And this friend is supposedly signed as an artist to QC, Quality Control Records. I don't know, as a beginner artist, upcoming artist, underground artist, supposedly he's signed to them. They're talking, going back and forth, and they're talking about Pierre, CEO of Quality Control. They're talking about him. They're going back and forth, talking about the label doesn't know how to accommodate their artists. Then they were talking about saying that Pierre, CEO, was giving out fake chains to the new artists that they were signing. Now, I have to go on and give y'all the backstory about Mr. Million and that, because I can't wait until the later on parts. So here's a picture of P standing right here with Mr. Million, and there's a flyer at the top, says Quality Control. Top right side, y'all see that pendant right there. Now, I don't know whose pendant that is, but there's a pendant, says QC. So when I found out about that, I had to go do my research. I went on his Instagram page and I seen that, which really prompted the thought in my head of, why is he doing this if he has so much money? So apparently when they met, P liked his music and signed him and gave him an $800,000 advance, which prompted his stage name, Mr. Million. Mind y'all, I'm thinking and feeling and finding out all these things after the fact. Anyways, they were going back and forth about the label and just talking really negative about it and their experiences. And then Mr. Million's talking about how he's starting his own record label or has his own record label, something along those lines. Mind y'all, the music was on and I was in and out. I was trying to act like I was not in this man's conversation. But I for sure heard that the moment I heard P and the moment I heard quality control, that's when I was zoomed in. So now they're talking about some type of video shoot, promo shoot, some type of shoot, which I'm assuming in my head, I'm thinking this is what we just got this stuff for. So then I'm having the slightest thought that maybe he is telling the truth about this stuff that we just got, and this is what he's using it for. Oh, he's talking about how many females they're going to have there. He's talking about, man, we're going to grab some hamburgers. We're going to grab some hot dogs just for everybody on the set. They just going back and forth talking about this video shoot. They eventually wrap up on the phone and we get to Walmart. Pull up, park. I instantly pull my phone out, start scrolling. He looks to me and then he says, "You're not coming inside with me?" And I said, "No." So then he looks to me and he said, "Well, I need your card, please." And I said, "No." He said, "You know I'm paying you back. You need to stop acting like that. I need your card." I didn't even respond, y'all. I just gave him my credit card. When he got out that car, I instantly had the thought in my head, lock that card. I literally said to myself, this is too much. This has gone too far. This is too much. I'm a Gemini, so of course that other side of me is just telling me, the good girl, no, he's going to pay you back, so everything's okay. So my dumb self, I didn't lock the card. 25 minutes go by and then he calls me and he's like, "Where you at?" And I said, "I'm still parked in the parking space." And as I'm saying that, I could literally hear him checking out and I could hear the Walmart associate saying the total. And then he said, "Damn, that's it? I thought it was going to be more than that." And then he told the associate to hold on. I'm going to get some more. After he said that, he said to me that he was almost done. He was finishing up and asked me to pull to the front of Walmart. As I'm sitting there waiting on him to come out of Walmart, I'm again reflecting on now everything that I have now done. And I'm like, damn, just left the restaurant. Did not click or register. He was supposed to be the one paying. I just gave him money. Why'd I give him my card? I just gave him money. I just kept reflecting, and then there goes the charge on my card. Get the notification to my phone from my bank card. $404 at Walmart. I said, that's when I couldn't take it anymore. So that's when I'm pulling up to the front door at Walmart, and right when I'm pulling up, that's when he's literally coming out. Just so happened to be. When he came out, this man was waving me down. He's like, come down here, literally to the front door at Walmart. And I was just sitting there, and then he's literally like, come down here. I pulled up, y'all. I tried to hop out and help him. He told me, nah, it's cool, I got it. Then he tells me to pop my trunk. So I'm hopping back in the car, popping my trunk. I'm looking at him through my rearview mirror, and I just see him putting the groceries in the trunk, but I'm also trying to see, of course, what he got. He was throwing them groceries so quick in the trunk, I couldn't even tell. He gets in the car. The moment he gets in the car, I immediately asked him, "Where's the receipt?" And he told me that he didn't get one. I said, "Why?" He said he forgot. As he's talking, he is not handing me back my card. So I replied back to him and I said, "Can you please hand me my card back?" Now he's like, nah. Gives me my card. And so then I told him, I wish you would have got that receipt because I'm trying to keep all the receipts together. I said, we need to be keeping track of everything that's being spent. Then that's when I told him that we're heading back to your apartment. So I was doing so much, which prompted him to move. Or was it this? Which one? Oh, okay. I'm trying to finish the story, y'all, but I gotta go on and just show y'all this. In the 2 videos that I just posted, I'm not trying to show him getting kicked out of the apartment of the eviction notice that I posted. I'm showing him getting kicked out of his ex-girlfriend's car. They were outside of her suite where she was doing lashes, and she had him out there sitting on the curb. When you got kicked out of the first apartment where I met you at, where everything happened, that's when you went to this apartment. The one that I showed, where you got evicted there too. And whose names was they in? And we just gonna continue on. I'm just gonna show the messages one by one. I missed your call the first time because I'm at my cousin's baby shower. You call me again and ask me to send you $200 on Apple Pay. I tell you no. You told me I'm coming to get the money today anyway, so just send it to you. I said no, and I hung up on you. And that's when you texted me and said, hurry up and come get this stuff. Just continuing to show these messages. But I'm crazy. But I'm lying. After I was asking you to pay me back, you wanted to fake be cool, so... Again, asking for my money back. What did you tell me, Mr. Million? What did you tell me? Then what did you ask me? Nothing can be posted of me to embarrass me to silence, so back with the story. Earlier that day, he had asked me to create an Airbnb account to become a host. So now, as we're leaving Walmart on the way back to his apartment, he's questioning me, asking me, did I make this account for Airbnb? And I told him, yes, I did. He asked if I was serious about making the account or if I was playing about really getting to this money. And I told him that I was dead serious that I created the account. Now I'm like, okay, let's ask a couple questions. So when he came out of Walmart, I had seen him eating a bag of Ruffles. So I'm like, let me ask him about his fasting. So now I said, what made you want to start fasting? He said that he felt like he couldn't lose weight and that he felt like something was wrong with him. And I was like, okay. So now I'm like, let's ask about the car. I say, what's going on with the car? What's the status on it? How long is the dude about to take? Have you talked to him? So now he's saying he's about to call this dude and see what's going on. Mind y'all, I'm driving, so I'm not paying attention to nothing he's doing on his phone. All of a sudden, I just start to hear him start talking. He says, what's up, man? You know, I've been waiting on you. What's going on? And then there was a pause. And he's like, oh, okay, that's cool. What that bitch looking like? Pause. I know that bitch clean, ain't it? Pause. They got to going talking back and forth. Now he's asking, well, how much longer you think it's going to be? Little pause. And he's saying, okay. Of course, now I'm asking, how long is it going to be? And what did he say? And all he's saying was that he had said that it was almost done. Then there was just casual conversation until we got back to the apartment. Once we got there, there was an outside elevator that the apartment complex had, so he tells me to pull inside the garage and next to it. I do so, he hops out instantly, begins to unload my car. As he's doing that, now I hop out and try to help him again, and now he's telling me again to get back in the car and that he has it and that he doesn't need help. I had music going and I was scrolling on my phone. After a couple minutes went by, I turned around to look. All I seen was my back rear passenger door left wide open and nobody was there. I had to call his phone a couple times before he answered, and then once he did, I asked, what's going on, where did you go, and what are you doing? I said to him, if you're up in the storage unit, then I should be able to come up to your storage unit as well. There is no reason why I am all the way out here and that I just did all this for you and that I cannot come up there. He told me that he was taking everything to the storage unit and that he would be right back down, and told me to find a parking space on the street. I did so like a dummy, and then I said to myself, no, you need to text him because you should be able to go up there. That's the text that I sent. That's the text that he responded. Then I follow up and send him a screenshot showing him that my Cash App account is closed. I even sent him a screen recording to show him that that was my account and that I was telling the truth. He doesn't respond. He ends up calling me, asking me where I'm parked at, and then tells me to pull around in front of the apartment complex and that he was about to come down. This man comes down and gets inside of my car and acts like he did not just text me what he did and said to me. Now he's asking if I could run him up the street to this clothing store to see what they got so he can have an outfit later on for this video shoot. I said, you're talking like you didn't just call me weird. Now you're asking me to take you somewhere. Are you going to send me my money? Now he's saying, you said your Cash App's closed, didn't you? I'm going to have to wait till I get my wallet so I can get some bread to give to you. I eased off and I was like, let me just stay cool with him so he could just pay me back my money. We drive to the clothing store and it wasn't that far away. When we got there, it just happened to be closed. So once it was closed, I told him, I'm looping right back around and we're going back to your apartment. So now I'm saying to myself, talk to him, have a one-on-one with him, and tell him how you really feel. I told him about my abandonment issues with men, as well as my experiences with loaning men money and not being paid back. I'm getting emotional as I'm saying these things, and that's causing him to get upset. And then he says that my crying is making him want to smack me to shut me up. And now he's screaming again. I got $100,000 in the bank. Telling me, oh, he could show me his bank statements. He's not like all these other lame dudes out here. He's touched real paper before. Now he's saying on his granny, on Crib, how it's hard to get access to him and how he moves different from all these other dudes. Now he's saying that he's a businessman and $2,000-$3,000, that ain't nothing to him. Saying, why would I run off with a camera and a bunch of camera stuff and stuff from Walmart? He like, that's lame as hell. That's some shit that I don't even gotta do. So I backed off of him again. We get to his apartment complex. He said that he was about to go up to the storage unit and clean it out and reorganize some things. Now he's telling me that I should go get a drink and just hang out and chill out somewhere and just gather my thoughts since I had been upset all day anyway. I told him how I had been driving all day and how I was exhausted and that I just wanted to just chill and just stay still for 1 second. Now I'm saying to him, let me just park on the floor where his apartment was in his assigned parking space. He told me that I could not get up there because, again, he said that he did not have access to the floor and that I would not be able to come down if I went up. I told him that if I leave this apartment complex, then I am going home, and I told him that I am not waiting around on you while you're doing whatever you're doing. Then that's when he says, well, if you don't end up going anywhere and you do end up leaving, just come back and see me before you leave. I looked up the nearest park, which was about 10 minutes away, and when I got there, I had a literal mental breakdown. I was crying uncontrollably to the point where I began to start throwing up. As I'm having my breakdown, I'm just screaming to myself, saying, like, how could you do this to yourself? What are you doing? What are you thinking? Why would you do something like this? By then, I just knew it was time for me to go home for my health. Physically and mentally, I knew I could not go back and face him. Text him, told him I was going home. I was not trying to call him because I did not want to go back and forth and hear any other excuse he had to say. I make it home, he doesn't even reply until hours later, and then that's when he texts me and says, oh, but he misses me. I was asleep the moment I got home, so I did not see that message until I woke up. And when I seen it, I literally only responded, I miss you too, because by then, I was just telling him what he wanted to hear so that he would pay me back. Though I have already posted these messages, I am showing them again. Texted him 5:30 in the morning, asking for my money back. After texting him at 5:30 in the morning, asking for my money back, he hadn't responded until about 10:30 that morning, something like that. So then when he responds, he asked me, when am I coming? And I told him immediately that I had my cousin's baby shower to go to. So now I'm in my cousin's baby shower trying to enjoy myself with family, and he's calling my phone. And I missed the call the first time because I wasn't paying attention to my phone, so I texted him and let him know where I was at and what I was doing and that I would return his call. So now he's calling me again. He didn't respond to my text message. He's calling me again. I answered this phone call because I'm thinking it's related to my money, but it's not. As I answer, I say hello. He says, hey, I need you to Apple Pay me $200. And I tell him, no, I cannot do that. And then he replies back and says, you're coming to get your money today anyway, so just send it to me. I'm going to give you the money back, so just send it to me. And I'm telling him, like, no, I can't do that. I'm going to hit you back, da-da-da. As I'm doing that, like, I'm hanging the phone up on him, like, as he's talking, but I can hear him talking. He's like, nah, hold on, just do it real quick. As he's saying that, that's when I'm hanging up the phone. I've posted these, but I'm showing them again. This is when he texts me right when we got off the phone, and he says, hurry up, come get this stuff so I can let you fly free. This is what I say to him. He tries to make up an excuse and says that he's in Columbus watching the fight, so that's why we can't meet. Then follows it up with, I really like you, don't ruin it. Sir, I do not care about that. Pay me my money. Continuing the messages. Here he is, gaslighting me. Mind y'all, I'm only texting the way I am because I'm trying to stay cool with this man so that he can pay me back. Continuing the messages. What's he saying to me? Stop pressing it like I'm not going to pay you. Like I'm not going to pay you. Here he is, gaslighting me again, talking about I was going to get something the same day if I didn't leave. Sir, that's not what you told me, because if that's what it was, then I would not have left. And then I'm the one who's being weird, but you're the one who's not trying to let me come up. Why? Now, all of a sudden, I'm forcing the problem because I'm asking you to validate when you're paying me back? And here's the next day. I did not text him all day long because I was only going to hit him up around the time when I was coming to get my money. But what's he do? Texts me, what you doing? Trying to be cool, talking about I should rap? Sir, I don't want to be part of your fake record label. Just continuing the messages. Y'all, what do the messages say down there? Mr. Million.
Let me read that.
You said, send you a way to receive the payments so you can type up something promising to pay your installments. As well as telling me that you took the stuff back to Walmart. So after he's telling me to send him a way for me to receive payments, I'm showing him the payments that he has to make. This man tells me he's not paying for the hotel that he asked me to get. The gas that I put in my car I used to take him around everywhere. The food that I bought to feed his hungry ass. Everything took me. But what took me was when this man said that he was not paying for the shot that he ordered himself. Right after he texts me that, he instantly calls me. Right when I answer, this man tells me to check my phone. Y'all, I checked my phone. Lo and behold, guess what it was? A picture he took of me without my consent. For those of y'all that know, this is the same picture that this man tried to post of me in a defense for himself, not knowing that he is breaking the law. The moment I seen that picture, I said, WTF is wrong with you? Why would you take that of me? When did you take that of me? This man says to me, this is what he does to women without them knowing. This is what he does for bitches like me from when I try to go to the police or whoever and tell them that he's not trying to pay me back. Then he says, I do this to all the bitches that I'm with just in case that they try to lie on me. I said to him, how are you going to try to take a picture of me without my consent and then you're trying to hold it over my head? I said, who's involved in police? Who's involved in anyone else? Why would anybody need to be involved? Why are you making it seem like you're not going to pay me? Why are you making it seem like this is what you have to use against me? Why? I said, what, you going to post it? What, you going to send it to somebody? What are you going to do with that? And he says, just know that I have this just in case you try to lie on me.
Shit.
I asked him if he could please delete that. And I told him that I did not want any problems and I just want you to pay me my money back. So now he's saying to me how I need to meet up with him tomorrow to get this money. But I'm telling him how I absolutely have to make it to my stepdad's birthday dinner. So then that's when he says to me that I better come and that I better not be playing any games with him. When we got off the phone, now I'm feeling like I have to explain my every move to this man so that, one, he doesn't post this picture of me, and two, the main thing, so that he pays me back. I screenshot the messages of the plans that I had to show the timestamp and to show that I was not playing any games with this man. Then I'm also telling him, this is what I have going on. This is what I need to pay for. I need my money back. I'm not trying to bug you, but I need my money back. What's this man say to me? He wants me to come do what? To get my money back. When I seen that man text me that, that's when I had the feeling like he is about to make it so difficult for me to get this money back. And then he's about to try to force me to do something with him that I don't want to do to get money back that he owes me. Because I'm like, why would you text me to come do that, but not to come get my money? And for money that he owes me. I worry myself to death that night thinking of every worst possible case scenario that could happen. Then I'm telling myself, just remain positive. This man got money in the bank. Don't underestimate him. Let's just hope that it all works out. When I woke up that next morning, the thought of having to go face this man was literally making me so nauseous, I kept throwing up. I hadn't talked to anyone about the situation, so by then I figured that it was time to confide in a friend about it. After telling them about what was going on, about how he was acting and what he was saying, now my friend is asking me, well, is this man a felon? Who is he? Is that even his real name? Asking me, what do I really know about this man? They told me that he had no right to try to exploit me with the photo, all because he created a debt that he was not trying to pay. They also started digging into me, talking about how I could get into so much trouble about what I had got him and that I had needed to get that back. After speaking with my friend, I told him to call me when he had got up because I needed answers about what was going on and who he actually really was. He called me about an hour later and I'm asking him, is your name your real name? Are you really from where you say you're from? Are you a felon? I asked him what type of business does he do and if he wanted to just get all that stuff just to basically sell it. He does not like me asking him all these questions, so he says, are you police? Why are you questioning me? Are you even coming to get this money, or are you playing games? He's talking about how he had just woke up and how he doesn't want to hear all that, and that now I don't have a choice but to come today to get the money, or that I wasn't getting anything at all. I even suggested that he could just send me the money so we don't even have to meet up and do all that. And he told me that he only had money in hand and that I didn't have no other choice but to come pick it up if I wanted it. I told him again about how I didn't want any problems and that I would be on my way. The moment we hung the phone up, I threw up again. Like the entire time we were on the phone, I was literally just sitting there nauseous, sick to my stomach. I could barely even talk to the man. By then, I done threw up so many times, I don't have anything on my stomach, so now I'm throwing up stomach acid. Of course, I hadn't ate anything, and of course, I didn't have an appetite to eat anything, so I was just trying to push through it. I tried to lay down and get some rest because I knew it was an hour-and-a-half drive, and the way that I was feeling right then in that moment, I was not making it. I figured since I wasn't feeling good, I was like, hey, let me ask him if he can meet me halfway because he's probably got his car back now. So this is what I texted him. This is what he responds to me. After he said that, I knew I was going to have to push through this sickness to get on the road to go get my money. So as I was getting on the road, I said, hey, let me stop and get a smoothie. I tried to stop and go get a smoothie. As I'm waiting in the line, what happens? I throw up again. This time when I threw up, it was blood. And I was like, oh no, I've never thrown up blood in my life. And I was so concerned. And of course, I'm trying to prove to him that I'm not lying about being sick. So here I am, sending him a picture of the blood that I threw up. Told him what was going on and that I was taking myself to the hospital. Once I got there, I was so bad off, the nurses recommended me to reach out to a family member to come pick me up. That wasn't something that I wanted to do because I did not want to involve anyone in this dumb situation that I had just put myself in. I knew if I told my family that they would be so disappointed in me. I knew they would support me, but I knew they would be disappointed in me. I didn't have a choice, so I called my mom. My mom comes, and when she comes, of course, she laid the law, and she was like, tell me what was going on. I told her, and she supported me like any other mom would do. As we left the hospital, she told me I was not going back home and that I was coming to stay with her until I got better. I knew that was the best decision to do for my health because I had never, ever felt this way in my life. And the way that my body was feeling, it felt close to death because of how bad I was stressing myself out. On the way to my mom's house, he had texted me and asked me what the people at the hospital had said, but of course I didn't see my phone because I was resting the entire ride. When we got to the house, I didn't have any energy to do anything but go lay down. I hadn't texted him back yet, and so now he called me. He's asking again, what did they say at the hospital? I told him. Now he's saying that I'm playing games. And I told him, I'm not playing games. And I said, please, if I could just hit you up when I feel better and come when I feel better, I would really appreciate that. And I told him, I'm staying at my mom's house right now because that's how really ill I am. Then I said to him, I really, honestly, truly do not have the energy to go back and forth with you right now. And if I could please call you when I feel better. This man replied and said, nah, don't call me at all. And hung the phone up. I had a little trash can next to the bed. The moment he hung the phone up, I literally threw up. I waited a couple minutes and I tried to call this man back. Of course, when I called back, what am I? Blocked. I had felt terrible and I was so sick to the point where I had no energy to even try to find another way to call this man back. All I could do, literally, to physically get myself better was sleep. I was in the bed for the rest of that day and the entire next day. So now here it is, 2 days later, and I'm still sick. And I'm having all those symptoms, and in my head, I'm like, oh no, am I pregnant? Instant panic mode. Now I'm thinking back to when I had went to the hospital, and if I had took a test while I was there, and I didn't. I was freaking out because I was like, there's just no way that this could be. It had been a couple days, and I was telling myself that I might be unblocked now. So I texted him, and I said, hey, did you? Emmy. The message didn't deliver for a couple minutes, so I'm like, okay, let me call. So I called. It only had rung twice, and then it had went to voicemail, in which I know that means that I'm still blocked. I had felt slightly better, but I wasn't all the way recovered. And I knew the best thing for me to do for my health was to try to get another day's of rest before I tried to put so much energy into trying to contact this man. So I rested for the rest of that day. But that next morning when I woke up, I was on it bright and early, 6 a.m. I had never seen any of his social medias before but the Facebook dating profile. So now I'm like, let's get on Instagram and try to find him. Of course, I only had this name that he's going by, so I typed that into the search bar and his page pops up. When I seen his page and seen the pictures of this lavish lifestyle that he's supposedly living, I was getting furious because I'm thinking to myself, if he has all this money, why is he acting like this? It was early, but I didn't care. I had called him and I texted him, and this is what I said. I kept calling back to back because I was trying to wake him up because I knew it was early. I waited all day for a response, and I did not get one. My thoughts, my conscience, everything going crazy. So now I'm like, yeah, you need to double down and do your detective work and find this man. I get on Google every day. I Google everything for any little thing. I'm a Google freak. I get on Google his name. Only thing that came up was his Instagram page and his YouTube. I'm scrolling, I'm looking, I'm trying to find anything related to him with this name that he's going by, but I didn't find anything. I even did the Google photo search. I took his photos, tried to put it in the Google search to try to find him. Could not find nothing. I even took his number and searched it on Google. And when I did that, the name that popped up that was supposedly attached to this number or had ties to this number was a different name than this so-called name that he's going by. So now I'm feeling defeated and like I'm never going to be able to find this man. But I knew if you want to find this man, you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do. And that's hire a private investigator. So now I'm back on Google, but this time I'm looking up PIs. And I had came across a couple before. I had talked to one who had a very reasonable price. And I told them that I would be giving them a call back if I needed them. It was the end of the week and I was feeling a lot better, so I ended up going home that day. When I made it home, I downloaded another text-free app and I tried to call him again. This time when I downloaded a text-free app, I'm using a number with the Ohio area code because on the first night when we met, he had told me that he had family in Ohio. So I figured if I use an Ohio area code that he would answer, thinking that it was somebody that he knew. I called, it rung a couple times, and he answered. I instantly asked, why did you block me? Why are you not hitting me back? What's going on? He replies to me and says, man, I just blocked 6 motherfuckers. Who is this? I said, the girl who you owe money. I told you days ago that I was sick and that I would hit you up when I felt better. It's Tay. And then I said, you blocked me right when we got off the phone. Why was that? This man hung up. Of course, I tried to call back. No answer. That's when I reached back out to the private investigator. After reaching back out to the private investigator, they had told me to send all the information that I had on him, so I did. But then they told me that they would get back to me that next morning because it was after their work hours. I could barely sleep that night. I woke up around like 4 o'clock in the morning, and when I did, something told me to just check his Instagram. I looked at the story, and the first thing I had seen was him posting a screenshot from Apple Music of a song that he had did with someone, and he had tagged the person. The next post he made was just of himself sitting somewhere out and about at a restaurant. Then the next post was of a plate of food and a drink. Of course, I'm just clicking. And then I see the next post is of him driving. And I'm like, oh, so is this the supposed being struck that you was getting wrapped matte black that you had left your key fob and your wallet in? The next post he had made, he was just talking about how his birthday was that following Monday. Then the last post he made was of some pendant. This is what he posted. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're out here customizing pendants, then you should be able to pay me back. Matter of fact, that should be the money that you're using to pay me back before you try to get something customized. Once I seen all that, I was like, there is no way that I'm finna let up on his ass, because how is it that you a grown man out here portraying like you got so much money going by Mr. Million, but yet you trying to run off and dodge me for a debt that you done created because you think that I'm playing sick or lying about being sick? I patiently waited all morning for the PI to reach back to me. And when they finally texted me and told me to check my email, I could not believe what I had seen. They sent me this. And this. My mother mouth dropped.
Damn.
I could not believe that this name that he was going by was not his real name. And I'm thinking to myself, so now he's just out here just going by his rap name or his stage name, telling people that that's his real name? Of course, once they sent me that, they followed up with the question, is this the person that you're looking for? Once I said yes, they started sending me some more stuff. And that's when I found out that he was not from LA like he said. He was from Columbus, Ohio. So now a couple things are clicking and I'm like, okay, this is the supposed family that he was talking about that he had in Ohio, but he's really from Columbus, Ohio. By then, I'm thinking that I had got all the information that I had needed. It was a lot for me taking all that in, so I basically had just chilled out for the rest of the day. It was the weekend, so I knew I couldn't really do anything until the following week, so I just took the time to really just decompress. Once Monday came, that morning, I got straight up and went straight to the police station. Once I got there and told them about what was going on, they first told me about how I could get myself into a lot of trouble for what I had done for him. And then they were saying that basically it would just be best for me to take him to small claims court. If you know anything about small claims court, then you know that even if you do win the judgment against that person, that you still have to retrieve and get the money from them on your own. I was thinking about that the entire time as they were talking and recommending me to do that. Now I'm saying to them, I did not know that what I had did could possibly get me in trouble, and now I'm asking if they could escort me over to his place to get all this stuff back and my money back that I had asked for. They said that they could, but they also said that they could not force him to give me anything back and that I would basically have to just take it up in court. I left there feeling defeated again, but I said I'm going to give it a couple days and I'm going to hit him up again because I am not about to let up. I let 2 days go by and I'm like, go back and check the Facebook dating profile and see if you blocked on there. I went and checked and I was not blocked on there. So I was like, let me screen record his profile. This was the profile. After I did that, I was like, let me write him. So I wrote him and I was like, I want my shit back. And I had clicked off of it. May have been for 5 to 10 minutes. And I clicked back on. I'm blocked. I downloaded another text-free app. Texted him again. Let him know who it was. Let him know that I didn't want any problems. And that I've been trying to reach out to him multiple times. And I told him, you know you need to give me my shit back. He didn't reply for a couple hours. And then when he did, he texted back and said, what time? I texted right back and I said, can I come now? He texted me right back and said that he was in Atlanta. I replied and I said, okay, so when we gonna meet then? And he didn't reply back for hours. Then he finally replied back at 4 o'clock in the afternoon talking about, we gonna meet tonight. I knew he was gonna try to pull some late shit again. So I said, what time? It'll have to be before 8 p.m. I can't come past then. And then I said to him, it didn't have to be this difficult. Just tell me a time when we can meet. He gonna reply back and say, after 8 p.m. is cool. Then he texted back again and said, oh, I'm not going to be back by then. I said to him, I cannot come that late, but if you're going to be back tonight, then we can just meet first thing in the morning. And he replied back and he said that that was cool. So after an hour goes by, something tells me to check his Instagram. I checked the story. Where was his location? Right in Cincinnati, Ohio. I could not help myself. I texted this man again. I said, I know you are not in Atlanta. Can you please stop playing games with me? And can I please come and get my shit? This man replied to me and said that he was in Atlanta. We went back and forth. And then the things that I said to him prompted him to tell me that I was playing police games with the wrong guy. I said to him, nothing is police about what I am saying. And if you would answer the phone so we wouldn't even have to text, then it wouldn't even have to be this difficult once again. He replied and said, if you're going to meet me in the morning, then just stop texting me. Thank you. So I stopped texting him. I texted that next morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. What time? He told me to come now. These were the rest of the messages. And notice how he asked me, who are you with? I told him I'm by myself. I'm thinking to myself, this man is asking me who am I with because he's either thinking that I'm really police or that he thinks I'm finna set him up. That was the furthest thing from what I was trying to do, because by then I was just trying to get my shit back without no hassle. When I finally got there, I told him that I was outside in hopes that he would come out. But no, he responds to me and says, "Come to the 5th floor." I tried to tell him that I couldn't find a parking spot and that I was just sitting there in hopes again that he would come down, but no response. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to have to go up there. I walk up to the front door and I ask him to buzz me in. Of course he sees that message though and buzzes me right on in. Once he buzzed me through the front door, by the time I got to the elevator, he had already given me access to make it up to the 5th floor. Mind y'all, he's given me access to the building and the elevator through this app that he had downloaded on his phone that he had told me about. As I talked about in part 3, once I made it up to the 5th floor, I had walked towards the lounge area and it had see-through glass. So once I looked through the glass and I didn't see anyone, I had texted him and I said that I'm here. As I'm looking down, just scrolling on my phone, I hear a door open, and when I look up, it's the door opening from the patio, and it's him standing right there. I said, "What's up?" And he was literally just standing there with the door open. And then he said, "Man, can you just come out here?" And so I did. When I walked through the door, I said, "What's up? What are we doing?" And he had just shut the door and started walking towards this hammock that they had in the middle of the patio. Once he made it to the hammock, he sits down, kicks both of his feet up, crosses them, and then puts his hand together like this and is sitting there looking at me. I had not moved from the spot where I was standing at, so he says to me to come over here. Once I walked over there, I was just standing right there again, and there was chairs around, so he's telling me to sit down. I said, "No, I am not sitting down. I came to get what you told me you was going to give, so give it to me so I can go." Now he's saying to me that I'm being hostile and that I need to chill out and calm down. I told him that I was over all this and I'm just ready to get it over with. The man had on a collared shirt and some regular pants on, talking about how he had to just leave from doing business just to come here to the apartment to deal with this. So then he says to me, "The day you were supposed to get your money, you was playing sick." And I was saying to him, "I have no reason to play sick. I really did go to the hospital." This man told me to prove it. He said, "Call the hospital right now and get your records and put them on speakerphone so I can hear." I'm saying, that's weird as fuck. I don't got no reason to lie, so here, I'm finna call him. Lies have been said, lies are still going to be said. So I'm showing every single receipt. So I went and I pulled my call records just to show the same date, June 28th, the day I went, and then the phone call to the hospital and the duration for 4 minutes. Here's the hospital that I went to just to cross-reference the phone numbers. So I called the hospital. I'm talking to the records lady and I'm asking her, "Can you pull up my last visit, please?" She pulls it up and she says, "Yes, this is the day that you was here, da-da-da-da-da-da-da." As she's talking, saying that, I look over to him. I'm like, can you hear that? And he's trying to tell me that that was the wrong day and that the day I was supposed to come was a different day. Then he's asking, "What time did I leave from there?" I had texted you and you didn't respond. So I said, "Ma'am, what time did I discharge?" And she said the time, and I said, "Thank you." So now he's saying, "Nah, you lying, nah, you lying." And me and him's going back and forth as a lady sitting there on the phone. She's like, ma'am, you need anything else from me, ma'am?" So then I finally was like, "No, ma'am, you can hang up. Thank you." Once I hung up, I'm sitting there telling him I don't got shit to lie about. The nurse had told me military time, so here I go, back on Google, and I Googled the time. Once I had got the time, I pulled up my call log, I pulled up the text messages. I was showing him the timestamps to corroborate with what I was saying and to let him know I really did go to the hospital. Now he's saying to me, "Are you playing games? What are you on?" I screamed at him, "Why would I be here if I was playing games? You just made me drive all the way up this road to sit here and go back and forth talking with me. Give me my shit." Now he, lower your voice, lower your voice. He raised up at the hammock and he was like, "Man, come on, man." I followed behind him and I said, "Where are we going?" And he said, "Just be cool. We about to go down to the apartment." As we're getting in the elevator, I see he has a car key fob hooked to one of his belt loops. I wasn't really trying to look at him like that. I had just glanced and saw, so I couldn't really tell what type of car the key fob was for. I had the slightest thought, like, was this key for the mystery Benz truck? We make it down to the apartment. Once we get inside, he walks towards the couch, sits down and gets comfortable. I barely even walked in and I was just standing there like, what are we doing? This man said to me that I needed to chill out and be cool and to sit down. When I sat down, now he's asking me why I asked him for the stuff back so quick. And he's saying again, why did I press him like he's not going to pay me back? Now he's asking, "Are you police? What do you want? Are you trying to set me up?" So I said to him, "How can I be on any of that when you have my information? Make that make sense." So this is when he pulled his phone out and proceeded to try to start recording me. As some of y'all might know, the video that he tried to post to me sitting on the couch in that apartment. Now, I'm about to be really transparent. I was not even going to show this video because I look a mess, because I was stressed out. But I'm going to show it because receipts need to be shown. This is the video in question. I'm so glad that he showed the timestamp and the date. He even tried to take a comment from a fake page that he made. He's the fake page king, but we're going to get to that in the later parts. Took the comment from the fake page that he made and tried to make a video to it. I tried to green screen the video so I can show the entire video with the audio, but for some reason the audio is not working when I try to do it. Basically, the video was him trying to fake question me and just to have something that he could have under his belt. He had literally told me before he started recording that he was about to start recording. I said to him, I could pull my phone out and start recording you too. And that's when he actually pulled his out and started recording. For those that have seen the video, if you couldn't tell, my heart was beating out my fucking chest. I was terrified. And I was so stressed. Like, I was just going through so much. I had so much on my mind. And I was so over the entire situation. And on top of me being irritated, but I'm trying to stay calm as well. Little did he know, I was just trying to tell him whatever he wanted to hear so that I could get my shit back. One of the questions he asked was, had he ever been in possession of my stuff? And I told him, well, you had a paper with my address on it. And then he wants to cut the video off. But I continued to say, you had my card and you was standing behind me at Best Buy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I said all of that as well, but that wasn't on camera. When he stopped recording, now he's telling me that he has that for if I try to go to the police and lie on him. I said again, why would I be going to the police? Can we please just get this over with? Can I get my shit back, please? I literally kept saying, please. I really wanted to spaz out in there, but I just tried my best to stay cool because, again, I wanted my shit back. I wish I could green screen the video so y'all could hear the background to the video. Those of you that do know and have heard, the background to the video, it was music playing and it was Bobby Valentino. Why was that? This sick-ass motherfucker was trying to set a tone for what he was about to try to do to me next. Mind y'all, from the time I got there, he was playing music. He had a little Bluetooth speaker on him. As we went back and forth, now he's getting up off the couch and he's telling me that I need to show him that I'm not going to go to the police. Talk about some, I got to show him that he can trust me. I said, trust me? Nigga, what? I've already went out of my way helping you because you said you didn't have your wallet. And I don't have the police here with me right now. That should be enough trust. He gets up off the couch and as he's doing that, he's saying again, show me that I can trust you. I said, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I've already done that enough. He pulls his little weenus out and starts doing this in front of me. Then he's talking about some it. I said, nigga, no. I should not have to do that. I am not doing that. That is wrong. I should not have to do that to get my money back. He talking about some, just do it real quick. Show me that I can trust you. As he's saying that, I'm like, no, I shouldn't have to do that. Stop. So now he's saying, well, if you don't want to do that, let's then. And I said, no. He slightly pulled my arm and pulled me off the couch and towards the kitchen counter. And I literally was crying and I begged and I said, stop. I am on my period. Please stop. He's like, you lying. Let's just do it real quick. And I said, no, I'm not lying and I'm not trying to do that with you. I said, here, give me a paper towel. I'll show you. He talk about some, nah, it's cool. You don't even got to do all that. I'm not no fist. As he's saying that, he's pulling his pants back up. Now he's telling me to go sit back down on the couch. As I'm going to sit back down on the couch, he gets on top of his kitchen counter and stands up and reaches over one of his cabinets and grabs something. He tosses on the couch one of the things that I was asking for back. And then he says to me, pull your phone up so I can send you this money. I'm ready to get this shit over with. His whole tone and his whole demeanor changed. Like he sounded like he was on some cool shit. And I literally took a deep breath and I was like, whew, okay, maybe he's not on nothing no more. He asked me if I had Zelle. I said that I did. Then he tells me to pull up my Zelle account. So I click on my Zelle app, and I had totally forgot that it was now connected to my banking app that was connected to my debit card. So on my banking app, the tabs at the bottom, one of the tabs is basically a Zelle tab, and that's the tab that you click on. But if you clicked on another tab, you could basically see the balance in my account. I tell him that I have it now pulled up. Then he says to me to pass him my phone. I said, no, I shouldn't have to do that. And now he's saying that he's about to wire transfer the money to me like phone to phone. I have never done that before, so I didn't know anything about it. Mind y'all, I do not know nothing about sending money to and from back and forth to people. That is not something that I do. I was sitting there looking and listening, and he's like, do you want this money back or not? I'm about to give it to you. I said, yeah, I want my shit back. So he's like, give me your phone then. I'll say again, his whole tone had changed. So I thought he was trying to be cool and really give me my money back. So I gave him my phone. As he had the phone, I'm sitting there, I'm like, he's telling me, you don't got to do all that. This is about to be quick. I'm paying you back. You see, I'm trying to pay you back. So I was like, okay. And I eased off for like 2 seconds. Now he's telling me that it's not working. I'm like, what do you mean it's not working? And then I'm like, well, my bank is an old bank. It's not like a Chase or a Bank of America, nothing like that. So maybe I might not be able to receive a large sum of money. Again, I do not know about sending the money back and forth to and from. None of that. I don't do that. So he's telling me how he's done tried to send me the money. And again, it's not working. I was going to wait until the later parts, but I'm going to show y'all what he was actually doing when he had my phone. This is what Mr. Million was doing when he had my phone. No, I did not know this is what he was doing at the time. I found this out after the fact. He tried to send himself $1,000. As you can see, the little California bank account down there didn't go through because I'm not able to send a large amount like that with the bank that I have. So now he's asking me, would I be okay with going to go open up a bank account somewhere close? And then he's like, oh, you can go open it up at Truist. It was literally right down the street. He's like, you want to go open up a bank account so I can send you this money because your bank's not trying to let me send it to you. At that point, yes, I was desperate. I wanted my money back. Yes. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll go make the account. That's fine. When he handed me my phone back, it was on our messages. And I looked, and in the message bubble to send, it was $400 on the Apple Pay. But it hadn't sent. It was just sitting there. And I'm like, that's odd. That's strange. In my head, I was like, was this the money that he's trying to send me? As we're walking out of the apartment, he's telling me, look at you. Your whole demeanor's done changed. Your facial expressions, everything. And I'm telling him, yeah, because now you're finally not playing any games and you're giving me my shit back. So I feel better. Now he trying to be on some cool shit, talking about some, man, I was going to pay you back this whole time. You was just pressing me. As we're going back and forth, we're walking out of the apartment and the elevator was right there outside his apartment door. When that elevator door opened, my heart dropped. The nice man that had helped me and let me in the building that I talked about back in part 7, he was standing in the elevator. I was like, no. When we stepped into the elevator, I was in my head like, please, 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 please do not say one word to me. Do not ask me, did I find who I was looking for? Nothing. I'm thinking I'm finna get my money back. So I was praying that that man did not say nothing to me to upset Mr. Million in that elevator. I'm looking down. I'm on my phone. I'm not trying to make no eye contact. So now Mr. Million starts talking to me saying, oh, you need to call your bank and see what the limit is to see how much money I can send you. Trying to sound all business-like. As we're getting off the elevator, we're walking outside. He's asking me, where am I parked at? I'm like, oh, you not driving? He like, nah, I don't feel like it. Can you drive? At that point, I was just like, whatever. I was ready to get my money back, so I'm like, I'll drive. So as we're walking to the car, I'm calling my bank, and I get a hold. I'm talking to someone, and I asked what my limit was. They said that I would be able to receive any amount of money, but I cannot send out a large sum of money. I told him what they said, and he says to me, like, we're already on the way, so let's just go make this account. He says that it's better for me to go on and make the account anyway at a newer bank, but since my bank was old. As we were on the way to the bank, he's telling me that I was going to need $500 to open up this account, and I was telling him that I didn't have that much money on me and that I only had about $50 on me. He says, I just came here to open up a business account, and when I came, they told me that I had to have $500 to even open up the account. I said, well, I only got $50 on me, but I'm sure they're going to let me do it. Now he's on the phone with one of his supposed artists, and he's asking her if she's ready to get to this money. He's ready to sign her to his label. It's Million Music. We going global. We about to blow. Then he's telling her how he's about to get her a chain made. All of that. Like it's about to be the best record label that she ever got signed to. By then, we were pulling up to the bank, and right when we pulled up, I hopped straight out. He was trying to say something to me, but as he was talking, I shut the door on him and walked straight in. I was able to open the account, and I was in there for maybe 20, 30 minutes. When I came back out, walked to my car, he was not in it. I called him and asked him where he went, and he said I left him in a hot-ass car, so he went and took a walk. He was like, I'm right around the corner, so here I come. When he came around the corner, he had a pair of Versace sunglasses on his face. And I'm like, he left the house with no sunglasses, and I have the same exact pair of sunglasses. I had wore the sunglasses on my way down there, so I had put them in my center console. So I look in my center console, they were not there. The moment he got in my car, I said, "Are those my sunglasses?" He like, "Yeah, you see the sun's out. I needed some sunglasses for the walk I was taking." I reached so quick and I was like, "Give me my sunglasses." I just gave him a stare because I'm like, why are you going through my car looking for stuff? So then he asked me, "So was you able to open the account?" And I said, "Yes." So then he says, "Let me see your account number so that I can have it to send you the money." So that's when this next video that he tried to post comes into play. This video. Yes, I know. Very dumb of me to do. But again, I just wanted him to send me my money. So now I ask and say, "When are you going to send me the money now that I've opened up the account?" He says, "I can't send you the money today because if I do, then it might get flagged for fraud." He was like, "You can't send large amounts of money once you just open a bank account. You're going to have to wait a couple days." He said, "Trust, you good. I got you in a couple days. I just don't want your account to get flagged." After that, I instantly pulled off and was on my way back to his apartment. And now he's asking me, "What you about to do?" And I said, "I'm about to make my way back." He's like, "I'm about to come back with you." I said, "No, you're not. I have plans today with my dad, and I cannot miss that." I had meant to say in the last parts, when we were back at the apartment, he had asked me why I had an old bank, and I told him that I had shared a bank account with my dad. So now he's saying, "You must be real close with your dad, share bank accounts, all type of shit." I said, "Yes, I am close with him, but he also got in a very bad motorcycle accident, so I have to go check on him." In which my dad really did 2 weeks prior to that day, and I was really going to check on him. So then he asked, "You want to go to Atlanta today?" He like, "I know you got plans with your pops, but if I come back with you, we can just go to Atlanta right after that." He like, "You think you can get a rental and we can go?" I said, "Absolutely not. Like I told you before, I have plans and I am not missing them." He like, "Come on, man, just come kick it with me in the A, just come on." Then he say the magic line, "I'ma pay for it." I told him again, "Nah, I'm cool. I can't do that." He didn't even reply. He just looked down, scrolling on his phone. He then made a phone call to a female where he was talking business. He starts telling her how he can get her approved for an apartment. He's asking her how many kids does she have, how many bedrooms does she want, if she's deposit ready. He told her once she sent the deposit, then he'll start on her process. He was also telling her how he could help her get half off on her bills. I was really just tuning him in and out. As we made it back to the apartment, I pulled right up in the front. He hops right out the car and didn't say a word. I rolled my window down. I was like, when are you going to hit me up?" He says, "I got you. I'm going to hit you up soon." So I left. I make it back down the road, and as I'm almost home, he FaceTimes me. Same video he posted holding the money, talking about he up 30 racks that same day. Well, he must have took the video before or after he FaceTimed me because it's the same exact money that he FaceTimed me and showed me. He's so dumb. He's posting his camera roll showing how he was just with me, didn't up no money to pay me back. Then the next video he's trying to post, he's showing money. Why did you wait till I leave to up 30 racks, Mr. Million? When I answered the FaceTime, he's just sitting there showing me the money. I didn't say one word. He like, "Yeah, I'm really like that. You think somebody playing with you, I'm really like that." Then he says, "Hold on," and hangs up. I waited like 5 minutes and I called him right back. No answer. I really had plans that day and I wasn't able to even entertain all that. That night when I finally got home, something told me to just check his Instagram story. So when I checked his Instagram story, he was in Atlanta, posting up in the hotel room, in a robe, popping champagne bottles, and of course with a bitch. This man's having himself a little photo shoot in his robe and with the champagne. I'm like, oh, okay. You got a bitch there with you, taking pictures with the camera that I just got, that you said that you're not giving me back, that you're going to pay me back for. I check his Instagram story the next day. He's posted up at a pool, and when he's showing the scenery, of course, he shows some feet in the video. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely with a bitch. It was just hilarious to me because I was like, you literally was just asking me to come to Atlanta with you earlier and get a rental for you at that. Like, what? I'm like, yeah. I knew he was going to make his way down there regardless, and probably with the bitch. It didn't surprise me. I honestly did not care about him being with someone else. I just wanted my money back. I felt like it had been long enough. I waited the 2 days that he had said. So I texted, I said, hey, what's up? He's talking about, oh, I'm not in town right now. Sir, I don't want to see you. I'm talking about what's up. I'm asking what you want with my money when you sending something. I was only texting him like that because I was just trying to fake be nice and fake be cool so that he could give me my money back. I was texting him every day. I'm on your boots, Mr. Million, because there's no way you finna try to up racks on me, but yet you're avoiding me. How you gonna tell me to wait a couple days and you gonna send me something, but now you're not responding? At that time, in that moment, my thoughts was, he's out of town and he's with a bitch, so of course he's not responding. In the midst of the days going by, I got curious and I called Best Buy and I called Walmart and got both receipts. Here's the Best Buy receipt. This is what he got from Best Buy. Here's the Walmart receipt. I'm going over it. I'm like, okay. He got a drink. I seen him drinking that. Don't know what the second thing was. Seen him eating the Ruffles as he was walking out of the store. I heard the wine bottles clinking together as he was putting shit in my trunk. Site merch. That was a t-shirt. So a random little t-shirt. The weave tower's a clothesbin. Got a drill, I'm assuming, to put the TV up. 2 pillows. A rod for the curtains. Bed in the bag. That's sheets and pillowcases. A blanket. A rug. This man gets him a safe, pack of socks, Fruit of the Loom 6-pack t-shirts. So if y'all see him in a white t-shirt, I bought him. Blackout curtains. I don't know what that 9-piece star is. Another 6-pack of socks, 2 candles, and a lighter. Once I seen the receipts and the payments was being taken out of my account for the Best Buy lease, I had to text him again. Texted a screenshot showing where they took the payment out of my account, as well as showing him the lease. I was being too fucking nice, all because I just wanted to get my money back. I texted that in the morning and he hadn't responded all day long. So then I had texted again and I said, what, I have to come do something sexual with you to get my money back? I only said that because of my last encounter with him, so I'm wondering, that's what it has to take to get my money back? Like, that's what you want, so that's why you trying to dodge me because I didn't want to do nothing with you? And he responds and he says, nah, I'm cool on all that, but are you coming tonight? Right after he sent that text message, he's calling me. When I answered, he told me he's not playing any more games with me and that I had no other choice but to come get the money tonight or he wasn't giving me anything. I said to him again, you can just send me the money so I do not have to come. He says again, he only has cash in hand, so I have to come get it. I'm asking, can I meet him in the morning because it was nighttime. He's like, here you go. You playing again. I told you, you're not going to get nothing if you don't come now. I said, whatever. I'm about to be on my way. I said, don't make me drive all the way out there and then you the one who's playing games. He said, man, if you just don't come on. We hung the phone up. I texted him. I let him know what my ETA was going to be. He said, okay. And then he said to share my location. I never did. I just told him how long I was going to be, and then I told him once I got there that I was there. He buzzed me in, gave me access to the front door and the elevator, and I went right up to him.
Alright, so far, that's all we got on this story. Something was wrong with this lady. This is unfortunate. I know I said, but she needed to go through this, though, right? She needed to go through this because at some point, it's just like, lady, come on. Like, he knew he had a sucker when he was just playing. I would have been done, and you should have just chucked it up to a loss when he said he had those naked pictures of you. When he sent you those naked pictures, it was pretty much over for that. You already know what this dude on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and ladies, real quick, like, we all go through stuff and stuff, but as a grown man, yo, don't let no grown man borrow no money. If it is something like, okay, let's just say somebody lost their wallet. There's too many other forms of communication. Forms of payment now, you know what I'm saying? We got Zelle, we got Cash App, bro. We got what else we got? We got fucking all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Where your credit card at? You ain't got no credit card in the house. My boy on there flexing like a motherfucker. Facebook though. He flexing on Facebook, but he can't get a girl the little $1,900 back. But when she had that naked picture, man, it was pretty much over from that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I guess she needed this to happen to her. You know, we all gotta learn. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes. But it was just like the Lord was just like continuing to like show her signs, and she just was not. You know what I'm saying? So I guess God says, yeah, this. You know. God said, let's just go on and do it to her then. Let's go on and do it to her. But my boy Bo, too, he done pulled his wee out and started swimming in the water. Yo, ladies, y'all be careful, man. Don't let no man borrow your money. If you are, it's like, boom. Like, you should be sending money. Look at all this shit he got. He got hard drives, book bags and shit, phones. Man, come on, man. And ladies, real quick. We ain't heard what's going on with the story. I mean, with the rest of the story. But why don't y'all like to use condoms? Y'all know I'm a big supporter and advocate of condoms. You trust niggas like this to not come in you? To they pull out game? That's what y'all doing? Y'all trusting niggas like that? And you think they pull out game is A1? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. What's wrong with the condoms? Man, I be using condoms. That's why I ain't got no kids. There's not no scare. There's not no girl that's gonna call me and be like, "Oh, Ray, you alright." Click!
Oh, God.
Don't play with me like that. You feel me? I'm gonna tell y'all another thing I do, too. Y'all want to know how to not get pregnant and how to not worry about this? I'm telling you, it works. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this online. It is what it is. When I tell people, they laugh. But listen. Every condom that I done had sex with, I'm 33 years old. Every single condom that I've had sex with, and I use condoms like every time I have sex. Every condom that I have used since I was 7, I lost my virginity at I think 17. So from 17 to 33, every condom, because I had a scare at 17. A girl said something like this, "Oh, I think I'm pregnant." After that, at 17, all my condoms go in water. What you mean they go in water, Ray? All of them. When I'm done, I duck it off to the side. But if I've been messing with you for a while, you already know what I'm doing. You feel me? I take the condom. I go up under the bathroom sink. I put some water in it. I hold it up. Watch all my sperm and all that just float around in there. And I'll be like, okay, this one ain't break. I got it right here. This motherfucker ain't broke. You feel me? And I put it in the toilet. Y'all think I'm not bullshitting. I really do that. This is not some shit I just came up with right here just to say it on the camera. I really do that. Every single condom since I was 17 and I'm 33 now. Every single condom that I use, it goes in water. And I look at it, I hold it up like this. Squeeze it a little bit, make sure. You feel me? Because my eyes ain't playing tricks on me. So if any girl, because I done had a girl, hey, I think this... Click! Hey, stop playing. I warned you first. Hey, stop playing. Oh, no. Did I... Click! Call back 2 weeks later. Hello? Yeah, what's going on? Shit, you got your act together now? You know I was just playing. I know you was just playing. Don't play with me like that. You feel me? So, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, use the condom. Y'all can't trust niggas with the pull-out game. I don't even trust my own pull-out game. That's why I still use condoms. You know what I'm saying? And, what did she do for him? What did she get for him? And they said, oh, you could have gotten in trouble for that. A gun? A gun. Because maybe he's a felon. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But, man, this lady, whoo-wee. Whoo-wee. But I'm pretty sure she done learned her lesson. I hope she done learned her lesson now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to this lady. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. If she releases some more parts, we definitely going to be back with it. Love y'all, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all think about this story, man. This is crazy. Peace.
On everything, that was crazy as hell. She gullible as hell. Oh, God. How you end this shit?
Get on live, nigga. Get over here. Get over here. I'm gonna scrub